is Donna here, and in this video I'm going to be putting together the pop-up envelope die. This is a lot of fun. There are so many different things you can do with this die from Pink and Main, and I'm going to be putting all of the great products that I'm using in the description below, as well as the link to purchase this class kit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. Here are all of the materials that you are going to be receiving if you purchase the class kit for this video. So everything is pre-cut for you. All you need to do is assemble. The only thing not in your kit is going to be the 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch easy tear tape. And you can find that at Pink and Main, and I'm going to share the link. And in all of my class kits, you get enough materials to create 2 cards. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're a little different, but here is a closer look at the pop-up envelope die card. And what's great about it is it travels flat and it fits in an A2 size envelope. So this is a great card. If you pick up the die, you can obviously create more fun cards, add extra flowers. I'm going to show you the dies that I used and all the products I've used to create this kit. So you can just go purchase all the products and recreate this over and over again. Here is the huge die set. So this in its entirety is the envelope pop-up die. Again, I will put a link in this video, and if you use code DEMODONNA at pinkandmain.com, you will receive 10% off your order, and plus it lets them know who has sent to you. So this is everything you need to create your envelope. You've got 2 great sayings, you've got flowers, you've got stars, you've got hearts, a bow, a lot of fun, butterflies, tags, labels. So a really great kit. Make sure you check out pinkandmain.com to see other fun examples that the designers have created. I also used a couple dies from the Spring Wreath Decor set, and I used these 2 sprigs as well as this little flower just to add a little bit more greenery and a little bit more volume. The stamp set I've used, you can tell this has been very loved, is the beautiful Songbird stamp set. This is a gorgeous stamp set, really beautiful. The beautiful bling that I am using is from HAI Supply. Again, I will add the links to that product, and if you use code DEMODONNA at HAI Supply, you will also receive a 10% off your order. The 2 colors that I am using are Crystalline Honey and Crystalline Rose, and those just made great little accent pieces. So pretty, so sparkly. They're flat backed. You can obviously use them in or on your paper craft, so they don't have to just be used in shakers. You can also use these as embellishments as well. Okay, to get started, we are going to add our glitter trim. So this here to our inserts and as just like a little bit of bling. So in this kit, you are going to be receiving a sample of this gorgeous hot pink and orange glitter. This is from my personal collection, so I do not have a link for you. So you are going to be receiving enough, and you'll even have some left over to create your 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and start working on my envelope. And thank you to all of my students that took this class. If you signed up for the class and you have the class kit, you can go ahead and create along. It'll be a lot of fun. If you watch this video and want to purchase the kit, I will also put the link below. I know, I'm repeating myself. All right, so I'm going to fold that in and in. I said we were going to start with the glitter, and I'm starting with my envelope, but I'm just going to fold this and set it aside. So I'm folding these guys in, setting that aside. So if you get the kit, you are going to get 6 of these little pieces that go on the front of your envelope here. So I have got my insert, and these 2 pieces here have a little flat part on top. So you want to make sure you've got a straight edge on each side and then that little flat part right on top. And that's how you know that that's the correct orientation. So next I'm going to take my 1/8 easy tear tape and I'm just going to do 2 pieces here. And I'm just going straight across. So that is piece number 1. And this one, I am also going straight across. Push that down, piece number 2. I'm taking my fingernail tool and really pushing that down so my adhesive is stuck on there nicely. The next one we're gonna do is just that little piece on top. Of course, if you want to add more and frame around each of these pieces, you're more than welcome to. That would be really fun. Also, I would love to see what you create if you want to join my Facebook group. It's called DEMODONNA Design Studio, and a lot of people from the classes post the cards that they've created. So it's a lot of fun to interact with fellow card makers and see what is coming up in terms of classes. Okay, my next strip goes there. Now with this one, in order to overlap, I'm gonna go ahead and cut right there. And I'm gonna cut right here. There we go. And then remove the backing here. There we go. And then I'm going to take another piece, lay that down, flip that over, there we go. And grab my coffee filter, and I'm just going to set this piece here just since it has that adhesive exposed. I want to make sure I don't put anything on top of it. And I am going to trim up and then over and trim that one just right off. And then with this one here, trim both edges, trim and trim. And this one here, I'm going to go up and then over because that's that little flat edge. So just make sure you're following the line cut of your paper. So now I've got my adhesive framed around there. All right, I'm gonna remove my double-sided tape from my scissors. And we are gonna start glittering. Obviously, I did one pink and one orange. You can mix and match if you wanna do both. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use the pink with this one. So I have a little left in my jar and I am just going to sprinkle that on. There we go. Use my finger tool and just really burnish that in. There we go. A very important tool, and I will put the link to this as well, is your cleanup brush. And that is also available at Pink and Main, and you can use your discount code DEMODONNA. So there is my really fun border. So I'm going to set that aside, and now we are going to do these 3. So remember, push that down. And I probably still have enough glitter here to finish these 3. Burnish that in. You can also do this technique with a nice opaque glitter. All right, I have completed that with my pink and with my orange version. So now I have all of my little borders nice and glittered up. I'm gonna create my pink one for this video, but you just repeat all of the same concepts for your second card. So next what we're gonna do is go back to our fun little envelope base, and I'm just gonna take some craft glue You can also use rolly adhesive. And I am going to apply a good amount of adhesive to the back. There we go. And we are gonna layer this right in there. And since you're using a wet adhesive, if you have a little bit of time to move it around, but you're gonna be left with about 1/8 of an inch around it, so it doesn't fit over it completely. So it is just like a little insert inside of your envelope. All right, the next thing we are going to do is take this funky little piece, and in this set, in the kit that you're getting, I cut this out with heavier cardstock. So this is a 100-pound cardstock. And I did that so it supports the little tag a little bit better. So you'll notice it's a different color. That's because it's a different paper entirely. I am gonna use my tape again, and I'm just gonna use some red liner tape, and I'm gonna put tape on my little edges here. 1 and 2. And you're doing it on the outside fold. So if this is laying flat, I am putting the adhesive both on the same side. So when I fold that in, my adhesive is on the outside edges. Okay, I am gonna remove my red liner tape backing, and an easy way to do that is by taking your fingernail and really pushing that down to make sure that the tape is adhered. Then you could pop that off. And I just cut all my nails, so you know, it's like learning how to use my hands again. Okay, peel that off. And now I have my adhesive out on both sides. And this is gonna be on the bottom of my card base. So I am just setting this right inside here. You can lift it up a little bit, like another 1/4 of an inch, but it's going to the bottom of the base. So now that I'm happy with where that is, I am just lifting up one side of my envelope and then the other side of my envelope. And now it's inside of my card with a little bit of like a 1/4 inch lift. What I'm gonna do now to make sure my tape is secure is push it down on one side, push it down on the other side, and really make sure that my tape is nice and adhered. And you could already see the flow of your card. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add some red liner tape here. And I'm going to be using my 1/4 inch. And I am just going to do 2 little strips. There we go. Push that down really well. And one of my fabulous crafty friends taught me a great trick of adding wet adhesive to your red liner tape, and that gives you a little extra time to be able to move it around. So right now I have my red liner tape on the top fold here, and now I'm going to take my wet adhesive, and now I'm going to go to like all the ends, because right now, as you can see, it doesn't really go all the way up to the top. So I'm going to make sure my piece is glued down nicely. Same with this side. And I'm using a white craft glue so it does not dry tacky. So if a little bit of the glue spills out on the edge, that'll be okay. All right, so now I've got this kind of in position, and I'm going to set this down. I'm going to start on one end and just kind of gently move that around to where I want it to be. And now I'm going to do the same on the other side. So because you've got that wet adhesive over your red liner tape, you do have a little bit of wiggle room. And now I don't want to give it that squish test yet, but I am going to just gently tap that on. There we go. Okay, so now we have that panel on. It's had a few seconds to dry, so I'm going to give it the squish test again. Make sure that's nice and adhered. And this is our envelope base. Pretty simple. Technically it's 3 pieces, and then I put that insert in. And now we're going to add the rest to our card. So I'm just going to add some craft glue. And there's been some really fun versions of this, 4th of July, extra flowers, different color variations, so have fun with it. There we go. So there is now the front panel, and I'm going to give that a flat squish again and just gently press. When I say gently, I'm more like medium pressing everything down, and that is nice and adhered. So my construction of my envelope is solid and secure, and now I can start putting together the rest. So I'm going to take my cute little envelope insert, and again, if you pick up this die set, you can cut out multiple versions of this little notebook paper and also put your message in here behind the same. So that would be really fun as well. So I'm going to take my Get Well Soon, and since I'm gluing paper to paper, I'm just adding a little glue here and there. And now just like that, I have my Get Well Soon. I'm going to take my little butterfly. I'm going to use pink one again. You have a butterfly insert, which is, or the center of your butterfly, which comes in that die set as well, but you can also just draw it on. I'm going to take the beautiful wax Pink and Main picker-upper tool and grab that guy. Makes life so much easier than trying to pick up little pieces. We're gonna let that dry for a second. While that dries, I'm gonna pull together my flower. Get one of each color, 2 flowers, 1 pink, 1 orange, and then what I did is I just separated them so they had this beautiful pink and orange layering for all of the flowers. So while my little butterfly is drying, I am going to, there we go, I'm gonna layer my little flowers together. And they're flowers, you don't have to go too crazy. We're gonna use this one. So staggering my pink and my orange, and then we're gonna do this little one here. This final flower has a little cutout in the center, so just be aware of that when you're gluing it together, that you don't glue it to your table. There we go, and then the inserts for all the flowers also come with this fabulous die set, and I am going to just add a little glue. This color palette turned out really fun, really bright, especially if you need to send a Get Well card. It's always fun to do something bright and cheery. No one wants to feel down. And now I have my 3 flowers done and my butterfly done. If you are not finding, if you ordered the kit and you're not finding your second color, sometimes they are tucked under the first. So with the flowers and the leaves, there might be 2 stuck together. So check on that. Okay, so I'm going to separate one of each leaf and then put the others for my next card. And then we are going to go ahead and assemble. So I've got my adorable butterfly, and I'm going to do 2 folds. So I hold the little wings in place and fold them up. And now I have this spot to glue my butterfly down. And then I am going to add, and this one I'm going to use my little orange heart. And now I'm going to take some of my craft glue. I'm using craft glue for this step instead of tape, because once I set it in here, if some of the glue isn't touching the paper, it will just dry, where if you use your double-sided tape and some of your tape is stuck out, your card will end up sticking together. So I am going to be happy with that positioning right there. So I'm just grabbing my 2 fingers here and I am just pushing it down to our little insert there. And because I've got a little extra weight with that heavier paper, it holds that nice and up, so you do get that really fun 3D effect. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and glue our beautiful flowers together now. You can, if you wanna add a little bit more volume, you can curl up your petals, and I just do that with my finger tools, just like so. I am gonna add my leaf on my little flower, right there. A little greenery here. The best part about 3D envelopes, 3D anything, the fun interactive cards, is you can kind of go out of your card base a little bit, especially since this is going to fold over. It's not gonna really be, so for instance, what I'm saying, that's not gonna mess it up with putting it in the envelope. This is still all in the envelope, so you can go a little bit off the grid. Now I'm gonna add my flowers, my big one there first. Then my second one here. You can also use dimensional foam if you wanted to pop these guys up. Since they're already popped up, I'm just using them with regular glue. We're gonna go right here with that one. There we go. And how fun and simple, that comes together so nicely. You've got an extra little heart you can add if you want, or not. Next, I'm gonna add some of these beautiful embellishments, and I'm using the Crystalline Rose and Honey. And I'm just gonna add a couple glue drops, and then we are gonna just pick them up with our little pickup tool. We'll do 2 there, maybe 1 right here. You are gonna get 1, 2, 3, 6, 12 total. So you can put 6 on each card if you'd like. I just poured a couple out. I'm gonna add 1 right there and a little pink one here. And we're gonna add 1 here. That guy's kind of big, but still super cute. And 1 here. I think I'm gonna go smaller here. Pop that off. That's a nice thing about it not being a sticky back. You still have a little flexibility. Oh, and we are gonna do the last one. I'm gonna do a big pink one right there. And there we go. I added 5 little embellishments, and that is our envelope cards. So here are the 2 that I showed you in the beginning, and this is the one we just created, so I wanted to use the Get Well Soon with the pink border. Really fun card. Again, all of the links to the products that I've used as well as this card kit are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.